Hello all, I am Disha Shukla and welcome to the session. Here we are going to discuss about different cellular wireless networks. So, with a basic introduction, it is said that in 1897 Marconi found a way to perform wireless communication using long wave spark transmitter technology, which needs high power transmission. At that time, this was the most accepted invention. Mobile radio industry has been grown up for last 10 years. Factors behind that include explosive growth in the wireless technology, digital and RF circuit fabrication improvements, new large-scale circuit integrations, and another technologies. Now, this is how the evolution of mobile radio communication took place. That is, from mobility to roaming to capacity or quality increase, and then the integration of all. That is, from your 1G to 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. Evolved the different technologies like AMPS, GPRS, GSM, UMTS, LTE, and the latest 5G standard products. Now, moving on to the principles of the cellular network. In olden days, a single high-powered transmitter with antenna mounted on a tall tower was used to cover the large service areas. Spectral congestion and user capacity was a major problem. The service provided could not make the spectrum allocation in the proportion to the increasing demand. The cellular concept was a major breakthrough in solving the problem of user capacity and spectral congestion. In cellular concept, a single high power transmitter is replaced with many low power transmitters, each providing coverage to only small part of the service area. Each base station allocated a portion of total number of channels, and nearby base stations are assigned different group of channels. The neighboring base stations are assigned different groups of channels so that the interference between the base stations can be minimized. If this base station and their channel groups are systematically placed throughout a market, then the available channels are distributed throughout the service area. They can be reused as many times as possible. Co-channel interference is kept below the acceptance level. As the demand for service increases, the number of base stations can be increased to supply an additional radio capacity with no additional increase in the radio spectrum. The principle of all modern wireless communication system allows a fixed number of channels to service a large number of subscribers by reusing the channels throughout the service area. Now, what actually is a cellular system? A basic cellular system comprises of the three units, that is, a mobile unit, a cell site, and a mobile telephone switching office, that is an MTSO. So what is a mobile unit? A mobile unit comprises of a control unit, a transceiver, and an antenna system. Cell site. Cell site's function is to provide interface between the mobile unit and the MTSO. It comprises of a control unit, radio cabinets, antennas, and a power plant, data terminals. The mobile telephone switching office, that is MTSO, it is a central coordinating unit for all the cell sites. It comprises of the cellular processor and the cellular switch. It interfaces the telephone zone offices. The MTSO is responsible for controlling the call processing operation and handling the billing activities of the subscriber. MTSO is the heart of cellular system. Its processor provides central coordination and cellular administration. Cellular switch can be analog or digital in nature. It connects the mobile subscriber to the other mobile subscribers and to the nationwide telephone network. Cellular switches uses voice trunks. They comprise of data links that provide supervision links between the processor and the switch and between the cell sites and the processor. So this is all about what a cellular system is, how it is comprised of the mobile unit, the MTSO and the interface, how the evaluation took place and what was the conventional communication technology. So this is all about it. If you have any queries, you can contact me. Till then, keep learning.